Hey guys, welcome back to Bookwormie with Mia, and today we're going to be reading another book. And today we're going to be reading yet another Valentine's Day book. I know it's like a week late, but still, come on. Today we're going to be reading Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is Cool. Today's guests are Honey, she's a bear. Cotton, she's a bunny. And then we have Fluffyball. There's Fluffball and there's Fluffyball. And she's a pink. I hope you enjoy Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is Cool. There's Pete on a skateboard with somebody else. And yeah, I hope you enjoy it. Pete the Cat, Valentine's Day is Cool. I meow you. And there's love with Pete the Cat there. It was the day before Valentine's Day, and Pete was riding his skateboard home when he saw his friend Callie. She was holding a big red heart that said love. There she is holding it. Pete the Cat's like, Have you finished your Valentine's Day cards? Asked Callie. No, Valentine's Day is not cool. Oh, Pete, Valentine's Day is my favorite holiday. It's a day to tell people how special they are to you, Callie insisted. By the time Pete got home, he had decided that Callie was right about Valentine's Day, so he got out his pencils, paper, crayons, and markers and sat down at the kitchen table. First, Pete started to work on a card for his friend Larry. Pete made several cards with big red hearts, but he was not happy with his work. There he is, making his heart. Oh, and then there's his paint, his pencils, and his markers, and his paper. Pete wanted to make the perfect cards for every cat in his class. I'll never get all these cards done in time, Pete told his mom. Pete's mom smiled. Just do your best, she said. Just tell Larry why he's cool. There's something cool about every cat. Pete got back to work. He thought hard about what was cool about Larry. Perfect, Pete said. To Larry, Happy Valentine's Day from Pete. That's actually pretty good. After that, it didn't take Pete long to make cards for all the boys. To Josh, to Trey, to John, to Rob. Then Pete made special cards for all the girls and wrote Love Pete on each one. And of course, he made the biggest heart-shaped card for his mom. Aw, that's nice. The next day, Pete and Callie waited for the bus together. I decided you were right. Valentine's Day is cool. That's awesome, Callie said. By the way, I'm having a Valentine's Day party at my house after school if you want to come. The bus pulled up then, and Pete and Callie got on. Mr. Ted, the bus driver, smiled and said good morning, but as soon as they were in their seats, Pete put his head in his paws. What's wrong? Callie asked. There they are with their lunch boxes. I forgot to make a card for Mr. Ted, he cried. Then Pete thought, but I can make him an awesome card before we get to school. Pete pulled out a piece of paper and colored pencils from his backpack. He began to draw. Happy Valentine's Day. Thanks for picking us up every day for school, Pete and Callie said as they handed Mr. Ted his Valentine. Thank you, Mr. Ted told them. You just made my day. It says, for Mr. Ted, Pete and Callie. And there's a bus. What about Mrs. Gold, the crossing guard? We need to make her a Valentine too, Pete practically shouted. Let's do it, Callie said. Let's make Valentines for everyone. Pete and Callie got super busy making cards for everyone. There's Mrs. Gold with the stop sign. To Mrs. Gold. Happy Valentine's Day. That's police. It seems like it'd be to a police officer. Happy Valentine's Day to fireman. And Happy Valentine's Day, Reed. Librarian, maybe? I'm not sure. After school, Pete went to Kelly's party. He rang the bell and then he froze. Callie opened the door only to find her friend in a panic. There he is with his shoes. He's so tall because she's standing and she's like about his height and he's like on his four paws. So he must be really tall. What's wrong, Pete? I forgot something very important, Pete admitted. What? I just realized I forgot to make a card for you, Pete said. That's okay, Pete. Cards are just a way of showing you care. Hanging out with you, that's way better than any card. This is the best Valentine's Day ever. There's the cake. Love. And happy Valentine's Day to you. Love, Pete. Aw, thanks. Happy Valentine's Day to you guys. There he is holding his heart. And that's the end of Pete the Cat. Valentine's Day is cool. And that is true. Valentine's Day is cool. I hope you enjoyed that book as much as we did. If you did, be sure to like and subscribe. Now it's time to say bye. Oh, man. It's okay. We'll see you guys next week. Bye. Bye. Bye.